It is such an honor. I'm such a. It is every interview with you is like a it's like a student in a class of life, and it is my absolute privilege and honor to be doing this. Your stories often reflect the time and place that we are living in, and children are so used to it, and it's so encouraging now that there are so many Indian authors, because our kids are seeing the Indian landscape versus only like a walk in the woods and toadstool mushrooms and all of that. How important is it for parents to share Indian authors and their writings and Indian stories with their children?
Because I consider it's a part of our culture, telling story. See, I will tell you, I have an excellent editor by the name Shruti Khurana. And she is English medium, and she is a young girl. And she has done her schooling in English medium. And she says, Auntie, when I was young, when I used to read, I did not have much choice of Indian English writer. I had most of the time is US or UK English writer like Enid Blyton, etc.
Yes.
So they will take you famous five, they'll go to a woods, like you said, mushroom you see, the uncle will come or something. We could not relate those things.
Yes.
We could not relate the situation or the circumstances where the book were written, but we did not have a choice. Today, a lot of people like me write English stories for English readers, children's stories for English readers. And whatever said and done, we don't go and pick up mushrooms in the woods. First of all, we don't have woods. Even though the mushroom is there, I may not pick it up because I don't know what it is. It's a good mushroom or bad mushroom. Whereas, if it is Diwali, I'm with my Nana and Nani, and we buy cracker. Naniji will tell me a story. Nanaji will tell me to do some work, and I enjoy after lunch sitting with them. That's irrespective of language. This is true.
True.
Anywhere in India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to Assam, this is true. In a holiday, you go to Nana Nani or Dada Dadi, and you enjoy New Year, you enjoy Christmas, you enjoy festivals, and you sit with them and eat, call your friends, etc. This is much relatable, and this generation is really lucky because there are a lot more Indian English writers who are exposing them to Indian circumstances, or they can relate it much more.
Right. You're also one of the few authors who've written mythology for children, and I must. And actually, my daughter asked me before I got her to read the abridged version of the Ramayana and Mahabharata, and she said, "How will this be relevant to today's times?" So I want to know your take on this. These great epics that were written. And a lot of parents feel that that there are so many more books to read, so many more current affairs, so many other things that the internet can offer. What do these great epics offer and stories from there?
Actually, every epic story, most of them have a message to convey, and epics are part of Indian culture. See, if we learn, or if you read all the time technical books which are useful, or quiz books or question answer books, it is like eating all the time chapati is very good. It is good, or dal is very good for health, so you can eat dal all the time. No, we require a balanced life. So is balanced reading. And you will realize it not now. Later part of your life, you will realize the great epics. Epics does not mean it really happened, and that is the way what we put it. We say, look, this might have happened, and this was a story written 3,000 years back, which may not be relevant, some of them today, but it is a national epic or Indian cultural epic. It is there. If you know your source from where you come, later part of life you will appreciate it. Like Ganga. Why Ganga is appreciated? Scientifically, I can tell some story. Mythologically, I can tell some story. But knowing mythological story, I can give a lot of examples there. If you have read this book, at the end, I write, there's a very nice story, that you or you or you. In life, who is the greatest? This comes quite often. So, when you read mythological stories, similar situation might have happened to some part of, in somewhere in some part of India. And what are the solution? So they convey some message. A sage with the horn Two horns also conveys some message. So I tell parents, don't think reading is a waste. Probably you introduce all these things to your children. Later they may pick it up, they may not pick it up. Okay, that's
Right.
okay. But when you eat, you can't eat all the time dal, all the time chapati. You eat everything, a bit of it, so easily. Read something technical, read something competitive, read something mythology. We don't know which one you pick up in life. Not all will pick up only competitive things.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Also, one is Sudhaji, when I was reading the book and the first few chapters, some stories stayed back, and I always have this dilemma, and I don't know about the audience. Maybe with a show of hands or comments, you can tell us. One is to uh, learn, read and learn, and one is to implement. How did you, of all the stories that you've read, how do you make sure that then you eventually practice what you've learned?
By and large, I do practice because this is a basic of culture. See, this is a very philosophical question. I don't know how many children will appreciate. What is value and what is culture? For example, puri. You eat puri, roti, dosa, rice. It has been time tested for 3,000 years. 3,000 years have been time tested, and it has become essential part of our life. Similarly, some values have been time tested. Some habits have been time tested for 3,000 years. Like you should be honest, you should be simple, you should not disrespect people who give you knowledge or who are really helping you, people like kritanyata or gratitude. You should have good work ethics. All these have been time tested over a period of 3,000 years, and if you don't follow this, such a society will run down over a period of time.
Right.
You can conquer a war, but you cannot hold the kingdom forever unless you have good value system. And this our ancestors have found out there are a few things which are very, very essential and time tested. They are called values. What is culture? You wear a salwar kameez. My grandmother used to wear a 9-yard sari. My mother used to wear 6-yard sari. I wear salwar kameez. Okay, my daughter wears western dress. My granddaughters wear pant, hot pant and a t-shirt. The dress code is changing, and I eat roti and dal. My daughter eats pasta. My grandchildren eat something else. The eating habits may change depending on wherever you live, and fusion food is coming. So these are the part of the culture. Culture goes on changing depending on the circumstance, economic condition, and peer pressure. Okay, whereas values will not change.
Right.
They are steady. So when steady values are there, when you follow that, it's very, very peaceful inside. Like, I don't lie. No, unless I tell a real white lie, I had my lunch, etc. Not to trouble somebody. Normally, I don't lie. I lived a very simple life because it's very easy to live. What I talk, I walk. Okay? What I walk, I talk, both. Because if I lie, I should remember what I lied last time. Okay? I don't spend so much money on myself because then you are a reasonable guest. Go to somebody's house. You are non-expensive guest. You eat, adjust whatever they have prepared, you eat in their house. So you are most welcome in anybody's house when your demands are less. When you lead a simple life, you don't have to store a lot, so you don't have to worry a thief will come and take it. So these have been, whatever the time tested values are there, I live according to that. And absolutely no ambiguity in that. I understood that to be honest to yourself is more important than what it is good for the society, it is good for the country, it is good for the family. So I don't compromise. But little bit compromise I do, like I wear sari, I wear salwar kameez.
But Sudhaji, if I have to ask you 3 books that shaped you, which ones were those?
There are not 3 books which have shaped me. There are many, many books that have shaped me.
Okay.
So I can't tell this. It is not like I read those 3 and I became different. No, it has not happened to me.
But any 3 stories that have stayed with you forever?
No.
And you...
There are many stories, they are there in my memory forever. There are many stories which are there for memory, not one story or nothing like that, because changing is a continuous process. It's only in a movie of 3 hours, 2 hours movie, there is one incident that changes. There is somebody talks one word and that changes only in the movie. In real life, at least for me, continuous changes there. Throughout my life, every day there is a change.
Right, right. Mrs. Murthy, I also want to check with you that, in the book, in so many of the stories, there is always conquer of good over evil, success and failure. How do you teach children, and through your stories teach them to handle both? And how does mythology also help? Some of the stories that help you teach the value of both.
See, I don't expect children to read and change immediately. Again, the same answer. I will give an example. Beta, 2000 years back, there is a Shunashepa story. I don't know which one you have read. You tell me the story, I will tell the meaning of that.
Right.
Which one you have read?
No, this one, the A Rainy Day one.
What is that rainy day? I don't remember. You should tell me.
Sage Dhaumya.
Huh?
The Sage Dhaumya. Yeah.
Dhaumya. Aruni story. Okay. See, that is relevant in olden days. Children used to stay with teachers and they used to obey so much. Okay. And children and teachers used to give their advice. So today I tell them teachers and student relationship is not the same today, because they don't stay with them, they stay in a boarding house or they stay at home. What I want to tell is, look, if somebody is giving you knowledge, it may be teacher, it may be mother, it may be father, it may be nani or dadi, right? Somebody is giving you a knowledge with their experience in life, then you must be utmost sincere to them. That's what is my message in that story. Somebody is giving you knowledge and somebody is very superior to in knowledge and experience, okay, then you must 100% obey them, because experience is the most expensive teacher, and you should listen to them. That's what I tell even my grandchildren. Better, when I tell you something, it has a meaning. I don't tell you, and I don't tell too much also. Okay, too much you should not give advice, but something, when they do wrong, better, this is not the way to live. When you are a child, you get into bad things, then you cannot remove it. The best thing is to cultivate good habit when you are young. And this I learned by experience, and it is very expensive lesson. That's what Aruni's story says. He listened to him 100% at his cost, and the teacher blessed him. That means he gave him ultimate knowledge to him and became very famous.
Right, right. But ma'am, even the same example that you gave of Chichore, if you have worked hard and you have still not met success, and I know you are a big believer in luck and some adrishma things. So I want to ask you that if people have followed the guru, they've worked their life, but they still haven't seen success, how do you want them to start again or have that grit to start again?
See, again, what do you define success? What do you define success is very, very important. Success means money. Success means name. Success means admission. Success means the society should respect. It depends on what you want. Suppose success is money, right? If you define that, because everybody has Achilles heel, So my success is not your success. So if success is money, then money you can earn in many ways. If you really do a good business, you will understand any business fails and how people raise from ashes and make good business again. If your success means degree, then once your perseverance along with your studies always brings you success. So you must learn that, when people walk, they fall. People who can sit on the chair will never fall. So people who try, they only fail, and from failure they must learn, and they should go to the next level. Like a CD, when you look at the CD, every run is a failure. From that you learn and go to the next one. Mansi, what I'm talking to is more on a philosophy than a children's day children book.
Yes, ma'am, I'm going to ask you, on that same topic, someone has actually asked, would you say religion will ever be a barrier to reading children's books?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I have read all religious books also.
Right.
No.
Right. Then we
It's
also
more in
have
the mind. It's more in the mind.
right.
Huh.
We also have a question from a child who's asked, I love playing football, but my mother says it will not get me anywhere. What should I do?
Your mother should ask this question. Okay? Your mother should understand children require to play. Don't make them all the time study. And then a day will come. They will feel. Don't feel like studying. Then allow them to play. Allow them to do their own work, and they can do it later.
Right. Then we have a child who's asked a question. I don't like reading books. Tell me 2 things that will happen to me if I do start reading.
No, if you don't read, then you don't get knowledge. As simple as that. Reading is a
Right.
great habit, and you should develop. And you should develop that, and it gives you lot of knowledge and also company.
Right. Then we've had another child who's asked that I started writing a book in the pandemic, and I just want to know that because I want to publish it online, what would you say are the tips for a best-selling author?
My God, no, it's not like that. You should please don't publish any book. I would request you to write more, and at not that this age, after certain age, you can publish. And there is no tip for best selling. If you write an honest, good work, and more relevant, people will like it. There is no shortcut for best selling. No.
Okay. Then somebody's actually asked, some child has asked that, ma'am, how many times do you rewrite the same story till you feel it is perfect?
Write or read?
Right. So when you're
Only
writing a
once.
story, do
I
you have many
always
ideas?
write only once. I prepare in my mind, and once writing is only once.
Right.
Better please remember, for the last 40 years I'm writing. Okay, only once.
Right. Somebody's
Then,
actually
but I
asked,
read it twice. I read it twice.
oh, you read it twice. Okay.
I will keep it inside. After some time, I'll open it and then I will read it. Then
Right.
is it okay? Is it relevant? All those things will come at that time.
Right. Then another one has asked, what if my first book is not a success?
At this, what is the age of the child?
He's actually 12 years old.
Forget it. You don't publish now, or it will be success at 12. No, you should have experience, and that kind of a book will sell. Not at
Yeah.
12 when you don't know what is the world is. Huh.
Right, right. Then somebody's actually asked, I'm from a small town in near Ranchi.
Huh.
How will I compete with people on the internet? How do I compete with people on the internet? I think what they mean is that if this is from a small town, and if he has to compete with the rest of the world, what will make him relevant?
You have to work harder. Now, even the small town also gets internet. Don't tell me they don't have internet. Okay.
Right.
So she
right.
can do lot more reading, lot more book reading, lot more reading, and the only knowledge, with your knowledge you can compete. Not small
Right.
town or big town. Big town people may have less depth. Small town people maybe have more depth. I
Right.
come from a very small town. Okay.
Right. Then we also have another question from a child who says that I am only reading books and not playing, and my mother says I will become fat. I will become fat.
No. Whether you become fat or thin, that is not there. That you should not worry. You should play, because playing gives you lot of strength of body and mind also. It's good for health, and not all the time reading. You can, if you are reading 4 hours, make it 3 hours and 1 hour you play.
Right. Then somebody's actually asked that which character has inspired you the most?
Nobody. I don't say that, because I told I continuously I change to know which character. Maybe if you really get into that, then maybe Krishna in mythology is probably the person I think a lot or influenced me a lot.
Okay.
Somebody asked, ma'am, how do your colleagues react when you write a story about them? Well, when I want to write, normally I don't write any stories about my colleagues. They come and tell me, will you write a story? We can't express well like you. Normally, other people come and request me and they say change the name, but they tell their story that I write.
Right, right. Then we have another question. Is money important or knowledge?
9-year-old. Better 9 year, I think you better concentrate on knowledge now. Okay, don't worry about money.
Right. Then somebody's asked, which is your favorite book and why?
No, they're not one. I told you there are many books. Which
Yes.
are good.
Right. Then we have, you've written so many stories. What's the story that has scared you the most and you felt like, I can't complete the story, I want to give up?
No, it has never happened to me like that. It has never happened to
Man,
me.
you're too perfect.
Huh?
Too perfect.
Not
You've never
that.
giving
No
up.
stories scare nothing because reading or writing.
Did you always know that you wanted to be a writer?
No. No. I did not know. Actually, I used to write good essays in school, you know. Then, like in my teenage, I used to write for the papers, one or two. But I never thought I will end up as a writer. No. I enjoyed writing as I went on writing. See, I never kept an aim. I must get this, and I will know. I enjoyed writing. Writing gave me a lot of fun. It is my expression of my emotions. Okay?
Right.
And it turned out to be like this. But by and large, I never planned or anything. No.
Yeah. Then we have another question from a child that though my parents are very rich, they travel in economy and they travel in business class and send me in economy. Why do you think they're doing this?
Yeah, because you should learn hard life, you know. So they think in a young age you should not be spoiled. What they have done is correct.
Okay. Then we have another question, which is when you have the ability to help, how do you decide which cause you will lend your voice to?
You know, it depends. For example, I always believe in helping education and health. So that is my priority. Others are also good, but my priority is education and health.
Okay.
So somebody has asked, where do you get ideas to make books? No, it is not that ideas. When I have my experience, I'll sit down and write, and many experiences will make a book.
Right. But ma'am, do you say that this year I'm going to write so many books,
No,
or this year
no.
I'm going to write one book?
No,
or
no, I don't plan.
Do you ever go like every year I have to write one book?
No, no. Books make me to write. They come to me and they make me to write. No, I don't plan. Some years,
Okay.
2 years I have not written, or 1 year I may write 2 books. I don't know. It's
So
not
then
in
you
my head.
never fear that you will lose your touch or you will not be relevant?
No. So what? One or other day you have to be all irrelevant. No, a book cannot stay on the shelf for a long time. No. So
Right.
I will become one day irrelevant. In many areas, I may be irrelevant by this time. So what is
Right.
a part of like a tree? You look at the tree; it is a green, yellow, then it becomes yellow and it falls. So is life. So is your idea.
Right, right. Then we've actually had a parent who's asked, I'm always second guessing myself as a parent. How did you know that you've been a good parent or you did a good job as
I
a
don't
parent?
know whether I'm good parent or not. What I felt the best, I taught. But what extent I'll be good parent, only children can tell. No, I don't know. Every mother will be a good parent. Please remember. Kuputro jayate, kumata na bhavati. That Adi Shankaracharya tells in 7th century, 8th century. He says, there may be a bad child, but never be a bad mother. Because no mother will think ill of the child. She may be in ignorance, she may do something. In ignorance, she may do. Some mothers may feel all the time they should study, children should study because they should get a rank, they should get admission. It's her ignorance that is not correct. But she wishes the best for her child. Whether she's rich or poor, or any language, any creed, there is no barrier. Every mother thinks the best for the child.
Right. Then we've had a child who's asked a question in Mahabharata, who's the hero, Krishna or Arjun?
According to me, it's Krishna. He is the
Okay.
hero. He is the
And why?
strategist. He is the one who planned everything. He is the one. If it not have been there, they would not have won the Mahabharata, your war at all.
Right, right. And then would you say that Karn is right or Karn is wrong? He's a
In his
villain.
own
He's
way, he was right. In his own way, he was right.
a mother has asked, my child just doesn't read. Can you help me? How can I inspire and encourage him to read?
Reading. You read first. Mother, please read. What's your name? I do not know. Sit with the child. You start reading, they will read.
Right. Okay. Then somebody has asked a question that, ma'am, I saw one of your interviews where you mentioned that you used to give yourself 300 rupees allowance to buy yourself books. When you had so much, why would you give yourself an allowance of only 300 rupees?
Not now. It's 40 years back. When we did
Right.
not have money, that time 300 rupees was the allowance.
But you could have spent those 300 on something else. You chose to
Because
spend it.
between me and Mr. Murthy, there was only one 300 rupee. Okay?
Yeah.
Either he should buy or I should buy. We couldn't afford more than 300. It was in the 1979 or something.
Thank you, Sudhaji. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.